What's up, everybody? It's your pal Kyle here, and lately I've been getting a gaggle of requests to take a look at Holochain, also known as HOT. How hot is this cryptocurrency? Based on what I saw in the making of today's video, it's pretty damn hot, and there seems to be a lot of interest in it at this point in time. So we'll start out by looking at some simple line charts. We'll do a brief overview of what Holo is, and towards the end of the video, we'll get into some of the more complex charts. I'll share some of my thoughts and ideas with you, but of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. And let me know, what are your price predictions of Holo? Are you bullish on it? And let's get into the video. And starting off nice and simple on Coinbase, looking at a 24-hour line chart, we see that Holo is up over 9% on the day, and a pretty good looking line chart here as it's just marching its way up higher and higher. On the weekly, Holo is up 150%, very nice, and on the monthly, a very nice 545% up. Looking at the yearly, we see that Holo is up 5,000+%, and this is looking very much like a lot of the altcoins, well, the good altcoins right now, just absolutely parabolic. The 24-hour volume is a very nice 904 million, so quite a bit of interest being expressed in Holo right now, but a fairly high circulating supply of 169.2 billion hot. Very hot indeed. And over here, we see the market cap at 3.1 billion, which is one of the more important numbers here, as if you want to see the price of the token double, you need to see that market cap double. So that's just generally speaking. It's a very quick way to get a general idea as to what would need to happen as far as the market cap's concerned to see it reflected in the price. And quickly stopping over at CoinMarketCap, we see that Holo is currently ranked number 40, and I see the total supply is 177 billion, and I am not seeing a max supply, at least not yet. Checking out the markets here, we can see that Holo can be acquired on Binance, Big One, Probit Exchange, Uniswap, just to name a few. And zipping over to holochain.org, we see think outside the blocks. Very clever saying indeed. Scrolling down, some press and media. They've been featured in Forbes, Cointelegraph, World Economic Forum, and Crypto Ticker, so they are getting their message out there. Very good. Down here, we see scalable distributed apps with data integrity, versatile solutions, decentralized with no bottlenecks and adaptable validation, peer-to-peer, no centralized servers, no ledgers, and no middlemen. Agent-centric, individual authority over data sharing, access, and storage. A more human internet, they say. Each of us wants to have control over how and with whom we interact. In order to evolve and thrive, our communities must support everyone's uniqueness. Yet today, our online relationships are dominated by centralized corporate websites. Indeed, they are. Holochain enables a distributed web with user autonomy built directly into its architecture and protocols. Data is about remembering our lived and shared experiences. Distributing the storage and processing of that data can change how we coordinate and interact. With digital integration, under user control, Holochain liberates our online lives from corporate control over our choices and information. Very good. Pretty hard to not get behind that, quite honestly. And I see that they have a link for the white paper here. So definitely scooch over here to holochain.org, take a look at the white paper, and do a bit more of an in-depth look into this. Always do your own research. Be well-informed before putting your hard-earned money at risk, as altcoins simply can be risky. Definitely make sure it's a good fit for you before putting your money at risk. And another good source of information can be found right over here at holo.host. Holo is a cloud hosting market for distributed applications powered by Holochain. Host on the Holo network and earn cryptocurrency. Learn about the difference between Holo and Holochain. Create apps with Holochain for distributed internet. We see some quotes down here. We strongly believe in all things Holo. It's very aligned to do everything we want it to do, says this fella here. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name because I will most certainly get it wrong. Holochain is a new open source framework for truly peer-to-peer applications. Holo acts as a bridge between Holochain apps and users by creating an ecosystem that enables distributed hosting services provided by peers. Very cool. And if we come over here to the About, you can see that you can have a look at the team here, put some faces to the names, and you can even take it a step further, do some Google searching on some of these names, see what they've been involved with before coming into this project here. And that can give you a general idea if it's the right people for the right job, and it certainly looks that way at first glance. And under that About section, we also have the roadmap. Very cool. So I do like roadmaps. I like to see that a project is meeting their deadlines, delivering very well, and sometimes they over-deliver, which is even better. But always keep an eye on the roadmap here. Holo milestones. There are two types of milestones for Holo to reach beta using Holochain RSM. 2 infrastructure milestones are required first, each of which modifies existing end-to-end functionality of the Holo network. We have recently delivered the first infrastructure milestone, which enables a new chat application built on Holochain RSM to be used directly by hosts. The second infrastructure milestone makes the same application available for use by anyone via the web browser. Very cool. And you can see that their approximate progress on upcoming milestones right here. Cool. Full circle alpha testing with Holo. When all the milestones on the roadmap are achieved, we will test end-to-end platform use cases using full suite of products and services required for Holo, and of course, some more information there. And let's have a look over here. Host, become a host. Let's see. So become a host, earn Holo Fuel. Host on the Holo network. Buy and plug in one of our pre-configured Holo ports, or install the Holo software on your existing device. Very cool. I like that. That's probably how I'd go about it, actually, as I don't typically like to run anything off this computer, as I use it for editing my videos and a bazillion other things. So that's kind of neat. Provide computing power. Holo will run in the background when applications need hosting. Your device provides storage and processing. Earn Holo Fuel. App creators pay you in Holo Fuel, a secure cryptocurrency that can be sold or used to pay for your own hosting. Very cool. Very cool. With Holo, you'll be able to share the capacity of your computer just like you might rent out a spare room on Airbnb by hosting distributed applications. You are supporting the web that empowers individuals and communities. Yep, just like a blockchain, baby. And into the trading view chart of hot USDT on the daily. Starting off with price action is just simply parabolic. Not a heck of a lot to say about that other than I do not FOMO into these kinds of moves. The time for accumulation for me would have been in and around this area had I had this on my radar sooner. Now the strategy has changed to buy the dip. So with that being said, it looks to me that the dips are coming in on a daily basis into that 21 and even the 10. I see the 21 being very active in this area here and got slightly front ran here so the 10 might have been the more major area of interest on that sideways consolidation there, and then rallying off the 10 here and just jacking the beanstalk to the upside. The volume coming in down below looks really good, getting well above that moving average, and every major notable moving average is very much in a bullish, very aggressively bullish posturing. And with each daily candle body closure up around these levels, these moving averages will rise very, very quickly, and typically I look to the moving averages as my areas of interest when price action chooses to pull back. Dropping down to the RSI. The RSI was in the overbought zone here, coming down, testing the outside edge of the bullish control zone and currently angled back to the upside. I see the exponential moving average also living in the bullish control zone with a positive slope to the upside. So overall a strong look, but again, like this is telling me that to not just rush in and buy a whole bunch of Holochain right here, right now, to definitely look for a dip opportunity. Stochastics down below are angled back to the downside, but I don't typically look a heck of a lot at this indicator under trending behavior like this, as it's more of a range-bound indicator. So overall, the stochastics look just fine. And the MACD here looks very, very parabolic, straight to the upside, printing very nice, healthy green bars of momentum on the histogram. So things look good there as well. Now let's toggle out to a weekly quickly here and have a look at that. So on a weekly, yeah, just straight up. I mean, the last pop it got here came off that 10 simple moving average and just way to the upside. I certainly don't rush in and buy at these levels when I see price action extended this far away from the moving averages. But to see this kind of interest coming into Holochain tells me that there's a reason for that it's likely a really good project and definitely one to keep on the radar. So that's certainly what I'll be doing. I don't hold any Holochain at this point in time, but let me know, what are your thoughts on Holochain? Does anybody out there hold it? I mean, I've been getting lots of requests to take a look at this. So in today's video, I just did a very, very brief scratch the surface of it just to get acquainted with it. And overall, I like everything that I saw. I'm going to want to see them obviously honor that roadmap and deliver on the things they say they will deliver on. And we want to see them establish themselves. I like their vision. I like their goals. I think it's a very noble cause. And judging by this price action, people are very much interested in it at this time. Of course, other things to keep on our radar is when Bitcoin dumps, it likes to rain on the parade of the altcoins. So we got to keep that on our radar. You may not care about Bitcoin or even own any Bitcoin, but unfortunately, when it decides to take a dive, it typically drags the alt sector with it. So it's always good just to keep your eyes on the ebbs and flows of what Bitcoin is up to before putting your money in. But there's no reason for FOMO, as cryptocurrency is literally the land of opportunity. For me, I've learned patience over time just to buy the dips. If I miss something like this down here, those accumulation zones where the diamond hands were loading up, then I flip to my next strategy, which is buy the dip. So on this here, perhaps the first dip opportunity would be around the 10 simple. Now, the 10 simple is way the hell down at 0.0055 cents. So I don't expect Holochain just to retrace to that level, right away. I think if anything, that moving average is going to rise quite a bit as HOT decides to close these candles way up at these levels. But wherever that 10 simple is living when price action comes down to test it would be probably a fairly notable area of interest for me. If it closed the weekly below that 10, then I would look to that 21. And on the daily here, on the daily, by the looks of things, I'd be looking to the 21 on this one. A lot of the other cryptos I've been looking at, they've been rallying quite strongly off the 10. And it is fair to say that Holochain is rallying off the 10 simple moving average on the last few touches here. This is a bit sloppy down here. This one, it got front ran a little bit, but you can see really defined touches of the 21 here. So in the event of a pullback, I'd be looking for, first of all, if it got a daily candle body closure below that 10, then I'd be looking for a test of that 21 as a potential buy the dip opportunity. But I would assess it at that time once it got down there. Of course, if it closes daily candle bodies below that 21, then I'd be looking to that 30. At the time of recording, the daily 10 is coming in around 0.011 cents, and the 21 is coming in at 0.01 cents. But again, as these daily candle bodies close up at these levels, these moving averages will be rising very, very quickly. So if you have access to TradingView, I would just suggest loading a 10 simple moving average on there, load a 21 exponential moving average, and just keep your eyes on it. Not financial advice, and I'm not telling you just to rush and buy if price action comes into contact with that, but it could be our first area of interest to pay attention to and perhaps make a decision upon that area. And another reason why I like those moving averages is because I can manage my risk off of them. So as an example, if price was to come down and test the 21 moving average, kind of like it did back here, I would probably be comfortable with putting a buy on Holochain because I know that if price was to dip below that 21 and close the daily candle body below it, then I know I could get out of that position and hunt for some better price action, which could be found along the 30 simple moving average. And that's what makes technical analysis so darn important to me, is that I can make a plan for those kinds of things. I can just put rules in place that can counteract my emotions. So instead of feeling FOMO or feeling fearful when there is a correction and going to myself, oh, should I buy this? Am I going to get wrecked? Instead, I can just look to my rules and go, what do my rules tell me? Well, my rules I've defined for myself over time, and I know what my hit rates are on them. I know that it's not a guarantee. It's just a statistical probability, but at least I can make a plan and I can go, okay, if the 21 holds up and price action springs off of that, then likely I bought into it. That was a good buy the dip opportunity. However, if it closes that daily down below that 21, then perhaps I want to reconsider that position and simply hunt for a better position. And that has worked very, very well for me over the years. And it has kept my emotions in check. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but it helps. And that's why I look to these charts to decide those things. So overall, it looks pretty cool. Thanks for bringing it to my attention, everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there any interesting things that people should know about Holochain that I didn't cover in this video? Leave it all in the comments down below. Tell me what your price predictions are and your timelines. And thanks for coming by and checking out this video, and see you in the next one.